Hi, Phil Schoenberg, Fastpitch Power. I was asked a really good question by another pitching coach who follows our site and follows our posts on YouTube and uses them in her teaching of her students. She had a little bit of a disagreement with one of her students who was struggling because she was consistently missing her pitches low and inside. Now, when you get comfortable with the mechanics that we teach and the biomechanics of the delivery of the ball that enables you to be consistently fast and consistently command the strike zone, you'll begin to understand as a pitcher and a coach why your pitch misses low inside, goes high and outside, bounces in front of the plate. There are a lot of mechanical breakdowns that will give you the clues that you need to self-correct. And that's what we really try to do here. We try to turn our students into their own best teachers, because we're not always going to be there to bark in their ear. So the disagreement was, the pitching student thought that when reaching and tracking, that she was to be perfectly square to the power line. Now I have a power line set up right here, which is coming right at you. I hope you can see that. And what I mean by perfectly square is that when I come off the pitching rubber, and I'm going to stay to this side of the power line so you can see what I'm talking about. When I come off of the pitching rubber, I am exactly parallel to this power line. My toes on both my stride foot and my drive foot are exactly the same distance away from the power line. Now I walked into it in a natural position, and I want you to look at the position of my body, especially my pitching hand. If you will notice, and I hope you can see this on the video, my pitching hand is behind my head. And in order for me to access the throw zone, which is the power line picked up off the ground and extended just above my knees, in order for me to access the throw zone, I have to move my body. Now my hand has moved onto the throw zone. Elbow and pitching hand are now going directly at where I want the target to go. Now I could try to do that if I'm square to the power line, but it requires body movement and it requires tension in order for me to accomplish that. I want my hand path, and we're now talking about, because the question was asked about a fastball and a changeup, I want my hand path directly down that throw zone, all the way to the end of the throw zone, so that I can command my pitch in the strike zone with maximum speed or maximum effectiveness for a changeup. So let's watch now. Here's how I landed. My hand is behind my head. Now, if I don't make some kind of move here to bring my hand sideways, and I try to deliver the ball, my hip is in the way, and my pitch is going to go low and inside, just like this particular student was experiencing. Now, the coach said, no, because if you watch the Fastpitch Power people and you watch all their drills, their stride foot is offset. It's slightly, for a right-hand pitcher, to the left, for a left-hand pitcher to the right of the power line, maybe 2-3 inches. So let's see what happens there. Here I am, my hand is behind my head. If I try to go straight at my target now, I'm going to have to go through my body to do it, unless I prematurely rotate. Otherwise, I'm going to push the ball low and inside. I'm not going to move my hand. I'm going to move my stride foot 3 inches to the left of the power line, which is the same position we're in for all of our drills. Watch what happens to my pitching hand. Did you notice that? My pitching hand has now aligned itself with the throw zone. So in this particular case, coach was correct. I want to be slightly offset. My throw zone is still established by my track. And now I have a clear path to my target without delivering the ball low and inside. This is not always cut and dry. And not everybody's body moves perfectly the same way over and over and over again. We try to establish mechanics that you can trust and you can employ at any time to enable you to maximize speed and command and effectiveness as a pitcher. So in this particular case, I don't want any extraneous body movement. I don't want my body to have to twist or bend or lean to put my hand in the correct position. I want to come off the pitching rubber and land in power K with my body already set up to deliver an effective pitch. In this case, going from here, where I am perfectly square and parallel to the power line, to slightly offset, means the difference between my pitching hand being on the power line and being behind my head. My glove hand stays pointing at where I want my ball to go. That establishes my throw zone in a straight line to my target. But my hand must never leave the power line / throw zone, and my arm circle is simply the throw zone bent into the shape of my circle, but directly over that throw zone. I hope that this has been useful, and we always look for your comments, and we want to hear what your experience is. And the last thing that I want to say relative to this is, when you're striding and you're coming off the pitching rubber, everything is connected, and there has to be a relationship between what your lower body does and what your upper body does. You want it to be relaxed, you want it to be natural, and you want to give yourself the best possible chance to be as effective as you can be. Let us know your comments. Talk to you next time.